I made some predictions a couple weeks ago, and I wanted to follow up with that while Yojo June is still ongoing. And I'm just going to jump right into it. So, in my previous predictions video, I predicted Falcon. That said, even though I got that one right, I can't really take credit for it since it was previously leaked. So it wasn't my big brain that has much to do with that. It's just the leak panned out as expected. So that said, I am happy to see Falcon. I'll be putting him on my list. And also, I made a Copperhead prediction. You can go back and see the full video if you like. Now, the Joe team leaked this one for next year. I'd say it might debunk one of my theories. With the little info we have to go from, it seems likely that this will be mainline release. Copperhead isn't going to be announced this month under the Python Patrol sub-team as I predicted in the previous video. That said, I am going to give myself partial credit as Copperhead, though not exactly as I predicted, was announced. So partial credit for me there. Also, I took it a step further and said that they might have the ferret packed with a Python Patrol Copperhead. Now that isn't happening if they're not going to give us a Python Patrol Copperhead this month, so that's debunked. However, I don't have reason to believe they're done with Python Patrol. I do still think we will get a Python Patrol vehicle, and I do still think the ferret is a likely option. So whatever the vehicle is, I do hope it's packed with some kind of army builder rather than any particular character. Like, wouldn't it be cool to have a couple ferrets on the shelf? Maybe they're driven by some Python Patrol Vipers or Televipers or something like that. I said that I think they would replace Tiger Force with Slaughter's Marauders. This is another one that I think is, on one hand, a possible debunk. And on the other hand, I'm giving myself half credit. They're doing Slaughter's Marauders straight away. We're not having to wait for this one. And the first Marauder is a mainline release. I think it stands to reason that all or most of the Slaughter's Marauders will be mainline. I'm sure those of you who want to build up a Marauders team are happy they won't be target releases. But that also, I think, debunks my theory that the Tiger Force target exclusive would be replaced with Slaughter's Marauders. So we may be getting more Tiger Force. And now that they've gone from 3 figures per mainline wave to 5 figures, I don't think I can use the past as a predictor for the future. I don't know that we can look at Cobra Island waves as a template for what we'll see with Tiger Force versus Python Patrol. So to my mind, there's a very good chance we could still see more of these Tiger Force characters. I previously thought Duke with the Ram cycle would be the final Tiger Force character, and I'm just not sure about that anymore. After seeing the main line wave number change, so that theory might be debunked. Finally, I predicted that we would see Road Pig this month. I think that this might possibly have been debunked as well. Now, I'm positive we will get a Road Pig at some point. I still think there is a chance we might get Road Pig as a 2023 leak, but I doubt it. Lenny mentioned, again, wanting to make a Road Pig during the first live stream on Instagram. However, it did not sound like something that was a work in progress. It sounded like something he really wants to do in the future. With all that said, we still have 3 more live streams ahead of us. We should see 6 more 2023 teases this month, definitely more digital renders, and more pre-orders going up. So I still have some predictions from the previous video that might come true. So I do plan to do another follow-up to these Yojo June predictions. I also have another prediction I want to share in a future video, so subscribe and catch that. Side note, I want to comment on some of the things that were announced in the last live stream. There are some things that I'm not planning to add to my collection, and that's fine by me. I'm not trying to collect them all like they're Pokemon. I'm stoked though, since the Instagram live stream, they've leaked or announced multiple figures on my personal wish list. Only one of the digital render previews was on my personal wish list, and that's CoverGirl. CoverGirl's coming soon, and I'm pretty happy about that. I think this figure looks awesome. I was hoping they would release CoverGirl with some kind of vehicle, but I'll take it without one, definitely. The figure design is perfect in my opinion, and now we can get this figure at base retail without having to shell out the extra cash for a vehicle. That said, I would have shelled out the extra cash for a vehicle. All the leaks so far were all on my wish list. Copperhead. Though it would have been cool for my prediction to come true, I'm happy to know the Copperhead is in the works. I'm guessing it will be based on the original V1 design, and that's totally cool by me. Also, Shipwreck. I think this is a character on a lot of people's wish lists. They had to get this one out sooner or later, and I'm glad we got confirmation for sooner. Torpedo. Another one I think a lot of people want. I think this figure is going to be awesome. Also, I see a pattern with these three. They're all aquatic themed, I guess. Shipwreck is a sailor, Copperhead was a boat pilot, Torpedo, a diver. We might be getting some eels pretty soon, maybe? Maybe some kind of watercraft? I'm excited to see what they come up with. Finally, Rock and Roll. I really can't wait for this one. There's so many good designs they could go with here. Not to mention, it's always fun to get another badass heavy machine gunner. And not to mention, I always like it when they come out with one of the original 13 Joes. Okay, well, let's just hope it's not 2025 before we're seeing any of these actually ship. Fingers crossed, guys.